right. Learn Web3 with Colony. Welcome. Welcome everyone who's here. Today's going to be exciting. Today's going to be great because we are starting our little dApp project. And the more I look at it, the more I get the feeling it's probably not going to be as little, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Especially because you see me suffer through, I guess, reading documentation and solving problems together. I think it's going to be interesting. I did not do much preparation. I mean, I didn't write any code, at least not much, to prepare myself. Just did some testing, whether what I wanted to do was even feasible or not. Let's see how it goes. So this is Learn Web3 with Colony. We have a GitHub repository that contains a link to past videos, some playlists on YouTube, and a schedule for these sessions. Today is lesson 5, March 16, creating the basics, next infrastructure and foundation of the project. So this is probably not going to be extremely long, but I guess we'll see. And the whole thing is going to happen from scratch. So again, here's the playlist. I linked to it in the repository, and as the first step, I want to just show you what we are starting out with. I have made a little sketch on Figma to just illustrate what we want to work towards. It's really easy. It's really like very, very simple. So I want to. I hope you appreciate the beautiful purple. You can also make that the actual design later on. It's nice. I like it. I kind of got to like it. So this is the project that we're building. It has a missions URL, and then there you go to a colony address. And then you will see whether there are any missions for this colony. And what are missions? Again, missions is just what the DAO or the colony decides needs to be done and can be done by external collaborators or contributors. So if you have, for example, you can have like a mission, create a nice logo for our colony, and then someone can apply for it, and then people can take your application into consideration. We won't do all. I didn't put in all of the screens yet that this app will have, but I just want to start slow. I just want to start with the easiest ones, or with the first ones that we definitely need. So we have a list of the missions that a colony has. We have mission details screen. So but there's like there's the bounty for this particular mission. There is the description and applicants. So then people can basically apply to this, and then if they get the job at some point, they basically say, hey, I'm done. They can submit their results. I don't know if that's going to be happening on the site or not, but in the end, there's going to be a button for the mission creator to pay out the contributor directly. This is probably going to be the most exciting part. Here we have the screen to create a new mission. This kind of you probably also edit it. It's going to look very, very similar, but these are just the very main screens. There's one missing, I would say, for this kind of set, which is the apply for permission screen. Let me see if I can just copy this over. Yeah, and let's see. Let's edit this missions ID, and then we just say apply. I guess that's fine. And let me say here apply for. You can see I'm very well prepared. And then we say here, maybe this should be more like something like this. Oops. This is what I don't like. I cannot really focus the individual stuff in there. Okay. And that would be, I don't think we would need that, but we can say here like why me? That would be that, right? And then you can apply this mission. And we have an app. Let's remove that one. Cool. So this is what we are going to be creating. Definitely not today. Today is setup day. We want to set up the foundations. I have to get comfortable with Next.js. I worked with React. I work with frameworks like Meteor, but Next seems to be another thing entirely. So let's see if we can get something out of this. So schedule for today will be basically, let me see. So today is going to be setup, install Next, etc. We also wanted to use Wagmi, so this is going to be also in our setup today. Set that up, and then first simple page, and then one thing I really wanted to do, I hope we can integrate that today, is authentication with your wallet. So that will be really cool, so that we can basically not only connect the page to MetaMask, but also say, I want to authenticate against the server with my wallet. So basically that's sign in with Ethereum. Let's capitalize this. Sign in with Ethereum. So this is today. I think if we have that, we are already super far into the project. It's going to be great. Okay. I will just be following this tutorial here, or this kind of guide on how to create it. So if you want to follow along, this is basically what I'm going to be doing. I don't know this by heart. I think only a person who did a lot of Next.js projects knows this by heart. And also this is the guide for the beta version. So there's a lot of changes in the last version of Next. That means everything is different now. So let's see. Let me switch screens around for you. Again, this is going to be off screen. I just want the code to be more readable, so I kind of hide the browser, and then I just show it whenever I want to show you something in the browser. So I'm just going to hide it now, switch to another screen. Yeah, this is our barebones project. I did not do anything except for creating a package.json and editor config for easier indentation and stuff in Vim. So that's kind of the basic things I don't want to talk about. How do we start? Basically, it says, oh, we should do, it's kind of nice. They provide It's just akin to React to provide create next app. In React, it's called create React app. And here we just have this handy little tool that helps us just setting up everything. So experimental app means this is the one that has kind of the cutting edge features. In software development, or especially in JavaScript development, there's always two ways. Like when you approach something new to learn or to do, then there's always two ways of doing it. There's either the old way, the legacy way that people basically tell you you shouldn't be using anymore, or the way that doesn't really work yet. So you have these two options most of the time, and I chose the latter just for this to be more relevant, I guess, in the future. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to be relevant because we run into so many issues that we just turn everything around again. But for now, let's just try this approach. What is your project name? Last time I didn't do it like this. I kind of want to put it in this folder. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it like this. Yes, we want to use TypeScript. Yes, we want to use Iceland. I guess. Import alias. I have no opinion on that. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Look at that. It does everything for me. I don't have to do anything. So the only thing I have to do is move my editor config into the Colony emissions folder, and then remove the package JSON that I created earlier because I was stupid, and then move Colony emissions down, and then delete missions. So now we can go. Oh, by the way, all of this is also going to be in our Learn Web3 repository. So it's just a subfolder there, and I'm going to be pushing all of the code after each session. So this is irrelevant now. Let's start. Oh, look at that. Everything we need is here. Cool. So that is basically already it. Let's see what is in our source directory. Oh, there's app, API. Oh, well, nice. Everything is here. Cool. So the first thing, set up a basic app. Maybe accomplished. npm install was already done. I think it's just npm run dev. Yes, so I pull up the browser for you. Boop. And localhost 3000. And there we go. Wow, this looks fancy. Beautiful. So this is working. There we go. Let's just keep it like this. It's fine. I can see everything, you can see everything, and we don't run into these issues. Perfect. Pop. Where was I? Okay, so we can basically see the layout here, and then we can just make an edit and see what happens. So this is the fancy homepage. We can see the text here. I mean, let's just remove everything because we don't need any of this. And it's empty. We don't want that, we don't want that. bare bones website. So maybe it's going to be black background. I like that. Dark mode. So we have the installation behind us. We have done everything. So now it's about Wagmi. So what's Wagmi again? React hooks for Ethereum. That's basically a nice library that helps us connecting the dApp to the user's wallet and handling all of the Ethereum connections and things like that. That in the end, we just have to use a provider, and it just provides us with a nice way of connecting to ethers, which we are going to be using as well as Colony SDK. If you're unsure what any of this is, watch one of the older courses or one of the older streams that I did. I touch on ethers in detail, and I touch on Colony SDK in the last video. So how do we install this? First of all, we need to install it. npm install Wagmi ethers at 5. So we have to install ethers at version 5 because the latest one is 6, but that's not supported yet. But I guess support is going to be coming soon. Oh, this directory doesn't exist anymore. npm install. Let's do this, right? Waiting for things to install. It's kind of nice. It has all of the extensions. For example, they call it connectors for different wallets. So we have like MetaMask, Coinbase Ledger Wallet, even Gnosis Safe, Wallet Connect, which is quite nice. So all of this is supported by just installing this library. Pretty cool. And it's supported. I mean, it supports the Next.js environment with a few caveats that I'm going to go into later. I had to figure this out yesterday painfully, but I will spare you that experience. So we have Wagmi installed, and we have ethers installed here in the newest version, that is 5. So what we are doing now is just, we basically implement all of this in our my main file. This is kind of the root file, the main layout tsx, which wraps basically the whole app. And what we want to do is add the provider for the Ethereum wallet. Great client. And what else do we want? Get default provider. Really nice with the auto import here. Okay. We don't need that. I didn't need that before. So here we have to say auto connect false because there's an issue with Next and Wagmi. In this particular version of Next, if we want to have auto connect, then we have to do it ourselves or like go through a lot of hoops. That might not be what we want. So auto connect is basically the feature like when the website is already connected to MetaMask, then it just gets that wallet and gets the authorization immediately when you open the page, so that you're automatically logged in, basically. But for our case, we're just fine with pressing a button for now. If we want to do have autoconnect later on, we can still have it. And provider, for now, should we use the Colony provider already? Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Okay, let's do this. Let's just do this the right way. So we install the Colony SDK as well. And the Colony SDK provides us with the endpoint for the RPC node that we can use to create a provider. So for example, what we can do is import the JSON, no, it's providers. And then we can say import RPC. I forgot what it's called. I wrote it, but I forgot what it's called. Let me look that up for you. Colony SDK API, and we have Colony RPC endpoint. That's what it's called. Colony RPC endpoint. Colony SDK. There we go. And here you say provider, new providers, JSON RPC provider, and then pass in the Colony RPC endpoint Gnosis for Gnosis chain. There we go. That should create a client for us for Gnosis chain. How do we proceed? Now we have to kind of wrap everything, and I think in this case I'm just gonna wrap everything, including HTML. In Wagmi config client equals client, and closing this. Oops, there we go. Let's restart this. Cool. There we go. Let's restart. Oh, yeah. I remember what that is. In the new Next.js, all of the components are server-side components by default. And Wagmi here requires us to, it requires useState, which is, this error is a bit confusing. It says useState is not exported from React, but actually it is a problem that means React is not, useState is not exported on the server side. Maybe it is not exported on the server side. In any case, useState doesn't exist on server-side rendering. So what we are going to do is give it the directive use client, and then it will know that this is actually a client-side thing to render, and now we have the web page. Really nice. So it works again, and hopefully with Wagmi enabled. So what else do we want to do? Now we go into the page, and the page is kind of the main main page in our, it's basically what we're looking at here on the right-hand side. There we also have instructions to how to connect. So what these instructions are is basically we render a button that when the person clicks on it, it connects to the website. It connects MetaMask to our website. And that's basically it. And then we have access to the user address and everything that we need to continue. Yeah, let's just use all of what we have here. So import use account, use connect, use disconnect. It's kind of nice. I dig it. I dig Wagmi. Injected connector. Add Wagmi core. I guess that's also fine. Yeah, I think it makes sense. And here we can basically just copy what we have over there. So address is connected equals use count and connect equals use. These are React hooks that basically help us connecting to the Ethereum provider that Wagmi has. Injected connector. I think this is actually the way we want to handle or which kind of wallet we want to use. Oh yeah, these are the connectors. So we saw them over here. These are the connectors, and this is injected. Exactly, these are providers that are injected onto the website already. That means it not only supports MetaMask, but also, let's say, the Brave wallet that I don't have here. I have MetaMask installed here. So I don't know why you would use MetaMask specifically. Maybe if you just want to limit it to MetaMask, I don't know, but injected would work. So that's what we're using. Let's just follow the example. New injected connector. Cool. And then also the disconnect helper. These are all just React hooks, convenience methods that provide us with that. It's basically calling MetaMask logic behind the scenes. So quite convenient for us in this case. And so we can say here, just do the same thing. If is connected, then we just return this. And we render connected. And then we say user address. And then that would be the address here. User address is this. And otherwise, if we're not connected, we return a button that connects us. Turn button on click. And that does connect. Just say connect wallet. Same thing as over there. And here we also add the disconnect button, just right behind it. Disconnect. Disconnect. There we go. Cool. No error so far. Let's see. Oh, same thing again. Because this is our home page, or this is a server component, and this uses use state again, because it's like use account and use connect, all of this stuff uses the server stuff. We do use client again here. We don't necessarily want that all the time. Later on, the Next.js team basically says, move all of your client components into the leaves of your component tree. Right now we have the two main components being client-side components. So we are going to change that at some point, at least for this component here with the connect button. Okay, let's see if MetaMask is unlocked. No, it is not. Let's unlock it really quick. Cool. Let's see if that works. Connect wallet. And MetaMask pops up. Tells me to connect my account. And we are connected. User address is blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. We can also disconnect again, connect wallet again. It works just fine. Pretty cool. Okay, so now we have that. That is a pretty simple example. Now what do we do? Let's look into the agenda. We have the first simple page. Yes, that's true. And we want to do authentication with wallet. All of this stuff are like, we will begin with the roots and the individual pages next time. For today, I just want to do the authentication part. I think this is going to be interesting, and I think this is going to take a bit more time than we had already. So I guess let's see. For now, we have the connect wallet part, and now we definitely want to have the authentication part. There's a good example here for that as well. If I can find it. Here it is. Sign in with Ethereum. And we're just gonna follow this tutorial here as well and see how we fare. This uses the SIWE package. Let's just look at it together. I haven't looked at it really. Yeah, signing a standard message. I wrote something like that for our dApp before. So let me just show you how it works. Sign in with Ethereum here. So basically, you have a server. You have a server here. Beautiful, beautiful server. Server. And and you have a client here, which is kind of I don't know. It's a laptop. Yes, I have beautiful drawings here. So what happens when a client wants to log in, we basically ask the server for, hey, I want to log in, and I want to log in with my Ethereum account. Then the server says, sure, no problem. I send you a message. A message which has a nonce, like it's like a auto-generated payload, which can be just counting number, can be like a hash of something, or a hash of an auto-incremented number or something like that. Something that is unique to this message. And this is to prevent replay attacks. That basically means you cannot send the same message again to the server when the server will say, okay, that's fine. So the client then says, okay, cool. I want to prove that I am this person, or that I have access to this wallet. So what do I do? I sign a message. That's supposed to be a lock. Doesn't look like a lock at all. It's fine. I sign your message with the nonce that you gave me, and I send you over. I really have to train in drawing here. I sent you over the signature alongside with the message that you sent me before. And this way, the server can look at the message that was sent, compare it to the old message, see if it's the same, that it has to be the same. Then say, okay, from that message and that signature, I can derive the address of that basically signed this message. That means in this way, the client proves to the server that this message, that they have access to the Ethereum address and that they are the Ethereum address. And this can only be proven by this particular person. That means we have a unique identifier for the client, which can then be stored in a database or something. So what's the last step here? The last step is that the server sends the client a session token. Session. Most of the time it's like a JWT. JSON Web Token, which is kind of a standard for authentication tokens. And this token is stored on the server as well. And for every single request or every single upcoming request that the client does for the server, they send the JWT token alongside with, I don't know, let's give me, for example, my profile or something. And then they know, this is actually the client. And this is what we're going to implement now. I mean, we don't have to do the implementation. Everything is kind of done for us. We just have to use it. But this is basically how sign-in with Ethereum works on a high level. Cool. And for these two parts, we basically need the sign-in with Ethereum package, which does like all of the hard stuff for like generating the nonce, for example, or checking the signature and things like that. And then we have the iron session package which is taking care of tracking the user session with the JWT token that we saw earlier. So this message nonce part is basically like this whole process here, like this whole process here. Oh wow, I didn't expect it. So this part is SIWE, and the other part down here, session, and this one is the iron session. Okay, so far so good. I did not. I don't know if that's exactly what's happening. It's just how I implemented it back in the day. I think it's probably similar and probably better, more better. Signing with Ethereum. Okay, let's follow the tutorial. WE iron session. Okay. Okay, SIWE needs ethers 5.5. Okay, I guess it's fine. I don't know if this works now. Nope. I have no idea why they want this specific version of ethers, to be honest. Let's remove ethers and oops, just try to install it again. Okay, I don't know which version of ethers it installed now. Yeah. Dependency hell, I would say. I thought 5.6 is a reasonable number for ethers, but apparently it's not. What do we get now? Now we get 6. Okay, that's definitely not. That's not what. Can we do this? Is that okay? No. I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay, let's look what they want. Hey, this is really hard to understand. Let's look which ethers version they want. So they want They don't want it all. Okay, let's see. Packages, SIWE, JSON. Yeah, peer dependency ethers 5.5. I mean, that's totally fine. I don't understand why this was a problem. Ethers at 5. Maybe this got just fixed recently. Not sure. No, this was October 24. Well, as far as I understand dependencies and Semver, this should be totally in line with our version 5.7.2. I might be wrong. I guess we don't have to care at this point. We installed it. And now we do iron session. So the weird thing about Next.js is that you install all of the dependencies in one place, and then they are being used for client and server, which is I have no idea how this even matches my expectations. Anyways, we have a bunch of dependencies now. Let's see. What's happening now? Well, no one asked for this. Yeah, I think it's just a hiccup when you install dependencies. It kind of goes crazy. Interesting. Yeah, this is what we had seen earlier. Because this is where we kind of this was kind of where we like derailed from the example. So let's just use this actually. We just took the advice of TypeScript, which sometimes can be wrong apparently. It even tells us here. I kind of want to enforce semicolons. It's a personal opinion. You don't have to share it. It's my thing. How does it look? How does our page look? Okay, connect wallet is here, connected, disconnect, all good. How to proceed? Oh yeah, signing with Ethereum. Wow, dependency hell got us really crazy. Now we do API routes. It says first create an API route for generating random nonce. This is used to identify the session and prevent against replay attacks. This is what I mentioned earlier. We even have an API directory here already. I'm guessing. Okay, let's see. What do we have? We have a function get. I don't really know what this maps to, but let's try something. Let's try the following. Let's try API/hello. Beautiful. Yeah, okay, this is what I expected. This is probably saying hello Next.js. Yeah, perfect. So what we want to do now is, I guess we can just use this, right? We can just use this and rename it and be fine with it. So blop, blop, blop. Look, this is interesting. You have just this global thing which is response here, and it just comes out from nowhere. It's just injected. I kind of don't like this magic. Meteor had the same thing in a lot of places where you just had this magic going on and you didn't know where things come from, and you just don't know where it comes from, and you don't know what, you're confused. But it's fine. Iron session next. Oh. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure whether this is going to. Oh wow, no. This is just insane. This is like an HTTP response, like a DOM element. Wow. Okay, they're just using that. Insane. Well, then I really hope this will work. Otherwise, we have to go to the other one, to the old version of Next, because I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be supported. This seems also to be like a convention. We have this get here. It's called get. What if I do the following? If I say export const get equals and then we have with iron session API route, and then we say this is that, and then we say request. I don't think. Oh, it's not complaining so far. Return new response. Hello Next.js. Did it crash? Yes, it crashes. So maybe I'm not using it correctly, but this just crashes. Okay, let's see. App directory support. Yeah, not supported yet. Great. Beauty of modern web development. So that doesn't work. We cannot use this. We cannot use this. Reading code. Well, it looks like it doesn't even work with I mean, it doesn't work with server components. Does it mean it also doesn't work with Next.js 13 in general? Well, I would say we back up. So this doesn't work, sadly. I do want to use it though, because otherwise it's just going to be a pain in the butt. So I guess we create another one. We follow the installation of stable. So we do a bunch of stuff again. Colony missions. We call it legacy. Yes. 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 No. Nothing. So this is going to be pretty annoying to watch, but it is how it is, right? So what do we need as well? We need Wagmi ethers at 5. Colony SDK. I'll sign in with Ethereum and Iron session, I think. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I don't know why this is a problem. Let's take a look. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, this is the problem. This old version wants ethers add a specific version, and that's very annoying. And I think Colony SDK wants 5.6 something something. Well, I don't know what to do. We just install this first. And then we install all the other stuff, and then it's gonna be fine. So they fixed this issue already, but they didn't publish a new version. So this is where we're at. This is why I said earlier, like, this should work, but apparently in this version it was just fixed to this version, which is like very terrible. Yeah. Colony SDK has 5.6.1. Not sure how to go about this now. npm ignore peer dependencies. I did not know about this flag. Well, I know for a fact that it will work because we know the next version of this already has this array to take care of. So it will work with our version as well, but it is still annoying. Wow. Again, we're just fixing problems that are not ours. No. This is exactly the wrong move. Let's not do that. Don't use it as a dependency. Why? There's there's no plus side to using it as a dependency, because then we pull in different versions of it. We just won't have one. Maybe because this is on the server and they don't really care. Well, I mean, as soon as we use it in the... Oh my god, what did I do? I used the wrong directory. Okay, what do we have? Is this all of our modules? That's all. Legacy peer dApps. Everything is legacy here. Cool. Everything is installed. npm run dev. So this should be the old version. Yeah, and there we see API hello. Okay, let's try the API thing first before we move on. If that doesn't work, I guess we have to call it a day, because this is what I wanted to do, and now this doesn't work. So I don't know, but let's just let us just see whether it might work for us or not. So I guess we just copy the whole thing and see what we have. Legacy source pages API. So there's hello. We just rename that to nonce.ts. Paste in this stuff. Iron session. It's iron session data. But usually I would say it's probably fine. But this will probably not compile. What does it say? Can I find name iron options? Yeah, let's just copy that in just to see whether it works or not. Iron options. Obviously, we're gonna change that later on. I think it will tell us, oops, API. Oh, there we go. It does work. Okay. Okay, that means we can continue here. So we got a nonce, and it looks like a hash of something of some sort. It's just something unique that we probably have to send back from the client, so that the server knows, hey, this is my nonce. Oh yeah, we can see here it's basically added to the session. That means the server kind of recognizes the session of the user by a cookie, or by a token. It's probably a cookie in this case. Then it sets the nonce on the session, which is like an eternal server thing. and then it sends over the nonce again to the client that can then send it back. So it has to be in the same session and has to kind of match once we identify. Well, this works. I guess we can just leave this here. Let's say to do move that to environment variables at some point. Let's make it a fix me. It's kind of important, but we're not doing it now. It's fine. Also, why is this here? It can stay here. It's fine. Okay, so this seems to work. We can get a nonce from the server. So that means we can copy our old code, which will probably not work anymore because I mean, maybe I don't know. It's different now. Everything's different now. We have to look at, I guess, the app. So this is the app code. I'm sorry, I should have done this like from the start. I just thought, bleeding edge is nice. We can just do the next thing. Not today. Not today. This looks nice though. Let's remove it. Let's remove everything. Cool. Okay, so we have this. Now we don't have to use the wait, what is this? Is this our index? So let's go into the app. So this is the app, and this is basically where we provide the main wrappers, and this is also where we install Wagmi again. I could go in the other. Let's just copy paste it. It's fine. We did it before. We know how it works. Let's just not go crazy here. No one has a semicolon here. It's okay, whatever. Then we don't do it either. So here we can say return no semicolon. And here we wrap it in our Wagmi config client equals client. And close it again. Oh, sorry. So there we go. Let's see if it still works. Seems fine. Seems about fine. So we have Wagmi installed. This time even with auto connect. Let's see if there's going to be a problem down the line. Let's leave it on. It didn't work with the next version. With the next version of Next. Okay, we have the index here, and there we also just copy and paste stuff. Oops. To copy this, what's happening? Blop, blop, blop. We can just say this. We don't have an editor config in here, so let's copy this over. Otherwise, I'm getting annoyed with Vim. copy editor config to colony missions legacy. And I guess restart Vim. Oh wait, this is the new one. Let's go here. Source pages, app. We actually want to go into the index document. So we have a bunch of stuff here. And then we can do React, JSX templating galore is connected excuse me. Div connected to address button on click equals disconnect disconnect button, close the div, and otherwise button on click equals connect button. Looks weird. Let's move this here, maybe. It's a bit hard to see what's happening here. Maybe like this. Good, there's a connect button. Connect, connected. It still works because we gave this website usually the permission to use MetaMask earlier. So this works. This works beautifully. Okay. I guess now we're sort of where we were before. Now we can continue here with our quest. So we have the nonce. Now we add a verify route. And I'm just going to copy all of the stuff, and I guess then we can go through it together, see what it does. Okay, this is the handler for post request. So this handles our verification post. That means there is going to be yeah, this is the verification where the client sends the message alongside the signature. This is what this is what happens here. Request body. We can look in our beautiful beautiful diagram here. This is this step where the client sends the message and the signature to the server. This is this, like message and signature. Yeah, this is what happens here. And then we wrap it in the message, and then this message can be validated using the signature. And this gives us, oh, this is how it's being done. And this can extract the nonce from the message, basically. Okay, this is also smart. I like it. It basically, yes, it extracts the nonce from the message using the validation. And then it can also have then it also gets the address from the session. And that's not happening here. Excuse me. That's not happening here. Like let's see where that happens. But for now, so it's checking the nonce against the nonce that was extracted from. Oh wow, this is a dangerous pattern. Let's add some parentheses here. I wonder what is in fields. Type, signature. Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. Domain address. So it sends a whole bunch of shit over to the server. Yeah, that's fine. So address and all kinds of things. Okay. So it validates it, and then the fields. What does validate do? I wonder if it's throwing, because that's not really handled gracefully here. If what happens if it's not? If it cannot validate the message. I don't know. Should be. I think it should be like sending a status code or something like that. But who am I to judge? It's not my code. I guess we'll see later on. We can try to trick it. But I guess it probably can always validate the signature to some extent. Okay, this has gotten too bright. Someone say something. Much better. Okay, so in SIWE we have fields, which is like a whole bunch of stuff. As you can see, we have access to address, the chain ID the person is operating on, the nonce, and things like that. Pretty cool. The iron options, okay, we need to export those. Let's make a config ts file, and there we store the iron options. Just so that we have them somewhere. Nonce. Save, and then config export const iron options. Sounds good, right? Pretty cool. Okay, so we have nonce, we have verify, and then we do import iron options from config. There we go. We have to do the same with nonce. Import iron options from config. Okay, cool. So where are we here? Verify. API routes for retrieving the signed-in user. Do we want that? Yeah, I guess we want that. Let's look at verify again. Does this do anything exciting more? No, it sends just okay if it worked. Oh no. Now I see it. There's the error handling. Sorry, I missed that earlier. So we have a try catch here. So whenever there's an error in any of this, it just sends a JSON back which says false. Cool. All right. This is the time where I take a tiny bio break. Sorry about that, but what I need to do, I need to do. I'll be back in 5. And I'm back. Cool. So this is that. Now we do 2 more API routes, which is me, apparently. I'm just copy and paste. I'm just going to copy and paste it, and we can talk about it again. So this is just a simple GET request for the root me. This is what's going to be generated. This is like going to be like /API/me. And we are sending like if SIWE exists on the session, we are sending the address. I guess if it doesn't exist, it will just put in null or nothing or whatever. We will see. So let's just import the iron options. Yeah, this is also a way how we could then protect our roots by just checking whether the request session has this object and whether there is an address in there. This is basically our JWT token check, which is pretty cool. So it's as easy as that to check whether there's something in there. Let's call this and see what happens if we just call it like this. Oh yeah, sorry, it's API/me. Yes, so there's nothing in there. Should it be I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing in here. Because we are not logged in. But that's going to change soon. So we need something for logout. It's going to be very straightforward as well. By just deleting the session. Logout TS. So we have a session handler here, which is a GET request on logout, and then it says, yeah, request session destroy, and then we send true. That's basically all it does. So we destroy the session, that means the user is logged out, and we deleted the JWT token. Import iron options from config. Iron options. There we go. Cool. So we have a logout thing. Now that the connect wallet logic and API routes are set up, we can sign in the user. We create a new SIWE message and send using the use signed message hook. Wow, there's a lot going on. Let's simplify that. That's crazy. Yeah, let's try to simplify that. That's pretty crazy. We are making so currently this is this. Let's make a component which is a sign-in component. I wonder if we have whether we have an example for an old style component. Let's see. I'm just gonna put it here, I guess. How does Next.js work? Pages. Should this be a page? Yeah, probably. How do pages work again? Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not wasn't created. I think it's just a matter of creating this. And then having this. Export default login. And then let's see if we can. I'm sorry about this, but this is okay. Cool. So we have a login page. Nice. There we have a function gets static props. That's not what I want. I want to have what is server-side rendering? Get server-side props. This is what I want to do. Am I putting this below? Oh, they're doing it, so I'm going to do it as well. And we are going to fetch /API/nonce. Is it going to be JSON or not? I think it's going to be a text. Return props, and then we can say nonce and props nonce. And then we should have in here nonce, and then you can say return login and put the nonce here. There was a way to define the props. It's fine, we just do it like this. Nonce string. Right? This is how we do it. And here we say props. Well, what do you mean absolute? That's definitely an absolute URL. Oh, this is probably there must be a better way to do this. I think this is what they want. Yeah, okay. URL needs to be dynamic. There's probably a better way to do this, definitely. But we're doing it for now. We're doing like this for now. We see we have our nonce. Beautiful. So let's continue with our quest. So we have the login page. yeah, that's a very good point. Now we can basically copy over or move over all of our stuff that we have in here with the connect and disconnect and things like that. Oh, that was the wrong component. We have to put it in here. And we just move everything over. Because then this is kind of the page where we do everything. This is kind of the page where we do can do it a little bit better here. If is connected, we return this. Oops. Return otherwise we return this button for now. So that's pretty beautiful. That's what we had before. So we have this connect button and we have the connected to blah blah blah. Oh, what's here? Yeah, okay, we had this before. This is the auto login. Let me disable that really quick. That was in the app. The auto connect. This is what I was talking about before. When we have this, we have to kind of figure out how to do this auto connect thing ourselves. We will at some point. But we're just starting out here, so how to do auto connect. So we have this, we have connect, and we are connected to with our wallet. And then when we are connected, we can have a button saying sign in. On click, sign in. Or let's call it login. It's a bit weird that we have to do two buttons here, but they basically tell us that this is the way to do it for now, at least. Let's see what they are doing. So they're doing all kinds of stuff here in the component. Use state. Sign message async. Let's construct the message first. And that we can only do if we are connected. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, I mean, let's keep it simple for now. We shouldn't be doing it every time we're loading the page, but for now, let's just do that because it's a login page. What can go wrong here, right? No location. I'm just copying the stuff here. Address, statement, sign in with Ethereum. This is basically we can choose that window, location, origin, version 1. It's probably the version of the Wagmi, the sending with Ethereum protocol here. We can get the chain ID by saying const chain equals use network. Oops. And then the chain ID would be chain.id. Chain is supposed to be undefined. We're just doing the same as they do. And then we give them the nonce that we have. So we have a pretty cool message here. Should be everything. Let's do it differently. Let's just make a message. So const make a function to do that. Const login equals, and it needs to be an async function. That's fine. So we have the message, then we can say, we just do the same thing. Actually, if is connected, we throw is connected or chain, and then we can also remove that. New error. Not connected to wallet. I don't have to mess with that too much. Signature, await. Oh, how do we do the sign message thing? Use sign message. Okay. That's pretty cool with all these hooks. It's kind of nice. Use sign message, and then we can do sign message async. So I think a lot of wallets support a synchronous sign message. I think not even MetaMask supports a synchronous sign message. I'm not really sure about that. But you probably, most of the time, you just want to go for the async thing directly, because then you know it's going to work with all of the wallets. For example, with a Ledger or something like that, the hardware wallet, you always want to do the async stuff, because most of the wallets are actually just supporting the async thing. And then we do message and message. Prepare message. This is kind of a wild thing to do, I guess, but. And so for now, I think what I want to do is just console log the signature and see what happens. If it can actually do that. Or if we're completely off. So we're connected. And we have a login button. Okay, so MetaMask is opening. Localhost 3000 wants to sign with your Ethereum account. That's so nice. That looks really nice. This is what you want to do. There's nonce, issue add, blah blah blah. This is a proper sign message. Then you get the thing. The signature. Cool. So back to our beautiful drawing. We signed the stuff. Like, this is what we just did. Now we have the message and the signature, and we just send it back to the server. How do we do that? What format does it expect us to send it? Fetch API verify, method post, headers, body, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's send it over. That seems straightforward enough. Const verify response. Wait, where are we? Oh, we still didn't log in. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, await, fetch. Look, they are allowing this. They are allowing this to be a non. Weird. Non-absolute URL. Let's try it again and then maybe Google the error messages and see what we can do. Verify method is post headers content type is the usual application JSON body JSON stringify, and then we have message and signature. Just send over the JSON. Just send over the JSON wire. Cool. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. Oh, I know why. I know why. Okay. This is hard to wrap your head around, but this is server-side props. So this is a different fetch than this is kind of magic. This is weird. So this is a different fetch. They only on the server side they only allow for absolute URLs, because on the server side obviously you don't know on which page you are, so you have to kind of do this. Even though I think there's probably a better way to do this, because the server kind of knows like where it's at and what the address is there. So you can probably configure it somewhere. But for now, this has to be absolute for sure. And here it doesn't have to be because this is on the client side. So magic stuff. Let's see, connect and login and sign. Okay. Unprocessable entity. Well, that's pretty bad. Yeah, don't get an error here. Unprocessable entity. Well, I have no idea what this means. Did we make a mistake in our message here? Did we miss anything? Version 1, chain ID, nonce. Maybe we have to do it in kind of a weird way, where we have to fetch the nonce just shortly before our request. This is for Wallet Connect. Okay, that's fine. I think this should work. Except that it doesn't. I wonder where it actually breaks. We will be able to see that. So it doesn't say invalid nonce, it just says unprocessable entity, something like that. Unprocessable entity. Okay, we're 2 hours in. That's sadly all the time I have for today. I will do some research on this. Maybe ask around. I don't know what I don't know what causes this. Maybe I have it by the next time, which is going to be Tuesday. So Tuesday we continue where we like left off here. Hopefully get the authentication to work. And to be honest, I think this is probably one of the hardest parts to do. Maybe authorization is also going to be interesting. And then also at some point when we add the database, it's going to be just another layer. But yeah, this is already pretty fiddly. So as we can see, I'm happy with the results so far. I guess we will just continue next time. I think it's been a productive 2 hours, even though we had to redo a lot of shit. But sometimes this is just how it is. So thanks for being here. And I guess I'll see you next time. It's Tuesday, 5 p.m. Thanks everyone, and bye.